guys, welcome back to my channel. This is Tita Lavinia of Tita's of Pageantry, and for this episode, let us finally welcome Miss Universe season as we talk about Miss Universe 2021 here at this channel. So please make sure you stick around, please subscribe to this channel, as well as hit that bell notification button for your weekly pageant fix. Guys, I hope that you're doing well. I know that we have been happily preoccupied, especially because we won 3 crowns in less than 5 weeks. So we sort of forgot about Miss Universe, only because it really wasn't the time to talk about it yet. Of course, before all of these wins, we were also preoccupied with Miss World Philippines as well as Miss Universe Philippines. So now that the dust has settled, we can finally, open up a discussion, because yesterday at the Miss Universe Instagram account, they posted a video reminding us that the finals is in a month's time. So this was November 12, which means, of course, that the finals of Miss Universe will take place on December 12. This is a day after my 41st birthday, so I hope we get good results there. So now that we're opening up the discussion on Miss Universe, let me just remind you of a few things. They haven't given us a final list of the number of contestants who will be joining, but definitely it will be more than 70. They have uploaded headshots of the ladies at the Miss Universe app, and they have also opened up a voting scheme. But again, the uploads aren't complete because we still have ladies that are yet to be crowned, most especially Miss USA, which will take place on November 29th. So we're still waiting for a few of them. Right now we have about 57 ladies with headshots, and I feel like they're going to get an advantage because Miss Universe has also opened up a voting scheme. You get free votes for the first time, but for the succeeding votes, you have to pay for it. So if you felt that, yeah, you got a lot of practice from voting at Miss Universe Philippines the last time, then yeah, that could be put to use this time, because there are also rates that you can pay for if you want more votes for your girl. But that's going to be too technical for me to even discuss. So if you want to go ahead and check it out, of course, you can download the app, Miss Universe. So, like what I mentioned, this is going to be very, very interesting. First of all, they picked a controversial location. We will be talking about that later on. But let me just also remind you that this is the 70th edition of Miss Universe, which I feel is a testament to the brand, a testament to its relevance, and a testament also to its quality as a global brand. So this is the 70th edition, so they've really come a long way. So it's no surprise that for this edition, it seems that they really sat down and they really planned for this, because prior to picking Eilat, Israel as the venue, we initially thought that it was going to be held in Costa Rica. In fact, some of the members of the organization has gone back and forth to Costa Rica to try and iron things out, but unfortunately that did not push through. So they picked Israel, and I think you should hear from Paula Sugart from this very short clip I got from Pageanthology 101 of Paula's decision to have Israel as the host for the 70th edition. So here is a news clip.
Actually, for me personally, when I first started at Miss Universe 20 years ago, it was something I wanted to do, but everything just aligned this year. It's our 70th anniversary. This is really one of the first big events coming out of COVID, and there is no country, I think, better in a better place to handle an international group than Israel, and Eilat being a green city, and they certainly have the infrastructure in place and are ready to handle it. So for us, making the decision was really very easy.
So as you heard, this seems to be a pet project of Miss Universe organization's president, Paula Sugart. And because this is the 70th edition, and because they seem to have a little less time planning the last edition, which was held in Florida, this time around, I feel like they're ironing things up. They have ample time to prepare, and they really want this to be a show as a way to really signal, I don't know, maybe a sense of normalcy in terms of pageants, in terms of entertainment. Now, this is also very important because we do have a number of debuts, withdrawals, and return. Now, I am particularly focused on Miss Universe UAE. This is a country which is supposed to make a debut at the 70th edition, but As early as October 23rd, they stopped updating us as to what will happen. They started out really strong. They started out really very organized. I even did an episode on this, but it suddenly stopped, and we didn't know what happened to the selection process, what happened to the finals, because come finals, supposedly on November 7th, we heard nothing from them. But a couple of days ago, they did post something on their Instagram page saying that the cancellation of the finals was due to time constraints, but there was no mention of an actual cancellation altogether. So I'm keeping my fingers crossed that they come up with something, because if you go ahead and check out the Miss Universe app, you'll get to see that they still reserved a slot for the headshot of the Miss Universe UAE candidate. So I don't know what will happen with that. We also have a number of withdrawals this year. We have Barbados and Belize, and of course, because of the geopolitical situation going on, it was expected that a number of predominantly Muslim countries will also withdraw this year, and this was led, of course, by Malaysia, who mentioned that it had something to do with the coronavirus and arrangements and preparations. But I guess we can assume that it might have something to do with the lack of international relations with Israel. Now, they haven't made an announcement yet, or I don't know, have they? I just haven't been following. It's just that maybe Indonesia will also follow suit, because as late as now, we haven't heard of any representation coming from that country. So we also have a number of returns, but I think the most significant return this year is that of Morocco. So after 43 years, they have crowned a representative in Fatima Zahra Kayat. However, in an unfortunate twist of event, in less than a week, she had to relinquish her crown, and this was because she met an unfortunate accident which will not allow her to compete at the finals. So her first runner-up, Kautar Ben Halima, will be taking her place. We can have a never-ending discussion on why Israel is the best place to host Miss Universe at this time, but as a member of Team Philippines, I don't think we will have any issue at all, because, we've been, of course, in friendly terms with Israel, and we do have a lot of kababayans in the area. So I am really banking on the support of our kababayans once Bea steps in Israel. So yeah, there have been a number of controversies, but let me go ahead and play this small clip again from Paula Sugart's interview, because it will give you an understanding why they chose Israel. Yes, it's going to be heavy on tourism as, countries are opening up, but it will be interesting that they mentioned a green agenda.
For all of the young women that are competing, obviously it's very important to have a cause, and for us, this year, the one thing that all of our competitors have said is that they all have a green agenda. Global warming, climate change hits every single one of our contestants. It knows no borders. So they are all going to be here. We're working with the production team now to really talk about our green agenda and what we're going to do to get the message and put a spotlight on what we need to do. So that's what we're here planning.
So there you go. I mean, those ladies who already have environmental endeavors, environmental awareness, or environmental information, I think they're going to fare well at this competition. Wink, wink, Miss Colombia. So just to give you some information as well on what to expect, I got these from a Venezuelan account called MV La Nueva Era. They said, of course, that the final show will take place on December 12th, but the ladies will have a longer time to prepare. They will have a longer time to stay in Israel, because they're actually expected to arrive between the 28th and the 29th of November for arrivals and registration. From the 28th to December 4th, they will have a series of fittings and photo shoots. So that's going to be a lot longer than the 10 days they had this summer from the 69th edition. And this will take place apparently at the Ramada by Wyndham Hotel in Jerusalem. So from Jerusalem, they will travel to Eilat, which I feel isn't really such a significant distance anyway. I don't know. Please correct me. So from the 4th to December 14th, they will have pre-pageant activities. So most likely this will have appearances or maybe some fashion shows, but this will definitely happen at the iRotel Yam Surf in Eilat. For December 6th and December 7th, this will be allotted for preliminary interviews. But on December 8th, it is projected that they will have the preliminary competition. December 9th to December 11th will be for rehearsals in time for the finals this December 12th. So it's going to be very exciting because, yeah, they will have more time to get to know each other. And as fans, as viewers, we will have more time to really lock in on, who's charging the competition, who's losing momentum, and who's rising to the top. I feel like this discussion on Miss Universe wouldn't be complete if I didn't give you a little bit of an idea or reintroduce some of the notable ladies at this edition. So these aren't necessarily my favorite headshots, but I feel like these are the more popular ladies who naturally you will lock into before you go crazy with your list as the days go by. So I'm going to start with Miss Belgium. For me, she's very striking. I've come to know her even before they started crowning the winners at Miss Universe. So her name is Kides Del Tour. She has a compelling story. She was born in Ethiopia and she was adopted at age 10. And more recently, she made the headlines because she was able to trace her family and reunite with them. Next, I will be adding a new queen to the list. She was recently crowned. This is, of course, Miss Brazil. Her name is Teresa B. Santos, and she is a psychology student. She's very striking. She joined Miss Brazil twice and won the second time. She is blonde, she's striking, very beautiful, features and bone structure. She reminds me a lot of Martina Brandt, the last blonde that Brazil sent. And I really like the diversity that they're going for because they've sent a blonde, they've sent a mulata. So I think this is really a representation of beautiful Brazil. Next is a heavy favorite in this competition, of course, Colombia's Valeria Ayos. She is an environmental activist, and I think that she will really do well this edition because Miss Universe already opened itself to discussing more of their green agenda. So I think that this will be a really good platform for Valeria to really further her knowledge and what she can come across, knowing that, she was a former Miss Earthwater in 2018 and she has had a lot of experience with this. And Valeria, of course, is a fighter. She did not give up. She was supposed to compete last year, but because she had COVID, she had to withdraw. So now I feel like she is back stronger than ever. One of the more notable ladies at this competition is, of course, Miss France. Her name is Clemence Botino. She was crowned as early as 2019. She was supposed to compete at Miss Universe 2020, which was held this summer, but they had changes. They allowed Amandine Petit to take her place. So now I feel like she is more ready. Clemence is into history. So I don't know, maybe if she can get this conversation going on, she will definitely shine. One of my favorites this edition is actually India's Harnaz Sandhu. Now, Harnaz is a passionate speaker. She has a really pretty face, but this is a little different from the India that we're used to seeing at Miss Universe. Most of the Miss Universe we've seen at, or the Miss India contestants that we've seen at Miss Universe have chiseled features, very angular, but I don't know, this one is soft and doll-like and could really pass at Miss International. And if you have seen clips of how she speaks and how she answered at the Nationals, I think you will definitely run to her team. Next, I have Miss Mexico, Deborah Halal. Of course, she will get attention at this edition because she is gunning for a back-to-back, of course, for Mexico. The one to beat, if everything runs smoothly, I think this is the one to beat. But for me, she might just end up like Janik Maceta, the most beautiful face in the competition, who ended up really well, but maybe not close enough for the crown. I hope this does not happen because I feel that Paraguay's Nadia Ferreira is just above and beyond a beautiful face. Of course, she already has the recognition. She is already an international model, but Paraguay does not possess a strong sash. In fact, the last time that they placed at Miss Universe was at 2006, and it wasn't even a significant placement. So for Nadia to charge the competition, and let me tell you, this girl does not just have exquisite genes. She works hard. I mean, from the time that she was crowned up until today, you have continued coverage of her social work, her training, and her appearances, even photos. So I think as early as now, she's ticking the boxes, and I do hope that come finals, she will be able to deliver, because I feel that this face is a great addition to the Miss Universe roster. Next, I also have the stunning Michelle Marie Colon of Puerto Rico. Now, this one is just so hard to miss. You know, Puerto Rican beauty is also very diverse. You have the likes of, you know, the blondes like Madison Berrios. You have, you know, strong features and bright eyes like Dayanara Torres and Estefania. But when I think about a Puerto Rican beauty, I think about the tanned skin and the sass of Zuleika Rivera as well as J-Lo. And looking at Michelle, you know, physically, I feel like she has the right color combination, the right features, as well as the right proportions in my head of what a Puerto Rican woman looks like. So I have no doubt she will do really well in this competition. Another one worth watching out for, and I think people should be very afraid, is of course Miss South Africa's Lalena Maswane. Because if you watch Miss South Africa, then you would have an idea how strong this woman is in terms of her public speaking skills. And she is of course a ballet dancer, so she does have that innate grace and that innate elegance. I also am adding Sarah Loinas of Spain, because I don't know, I always have a soft spot for Spain. I don't know why they haven't bagged a crown since 1974, and I think that they've been sending strong candidates. In fact, 2014, I thought that she was a really strong contender, as well as of course 2013 first runner-up. So yeah, I am really hoping for a good placement for Miss Spain this year. One of my super favorites this year, of course, is Thailand's Angelique Scott-Kemmis. And let me just talk about her a little bit in detail this time, because I feel like she has the missing ingredient that we didn't get to see with the past Miss Universe Thailand contestants. I mean, we have been basically serving them the crown, and I don't know why they haven't really gotten close enough to bag a third one, because we've been waiting since 1988, and they've been very consistent these past couple of years. It's just that even their best English speakers aren't necessarily the deepest, and I feel like Angeli is that one person who can challenge everything, especially the observation that we all say about Thai girls on the international arena. So she has a mind of her own. She's very quirky, she has a lot of sass, and I feel like she has a story. I also feel like she cannot wait to speak her mind and really tell her story to the world. And also because physically she is a lot different than the traditional Thai beauty queens that we see. I feel like, you know, she's really going to shake the system, and, you know, given the chance, even if her pasarela isn't quite as polished, I feel like the support alone and just the recognition that she is totally fresh, totally different, I think she could be potentially dangerous this year. We cannot, of course, disregard Luisette Materan of Venezuela, because even if they did not get to place last year, this time around, I think that, yeah, I mean, you cannot disregard Venezuela. I mean, they are still dangerous. And another one that I am also waiting for is Vietnam, because apart from Thailand, Vietnam seems to send the most elegant girls, the most well-dressed girls in the competition. So I'm waiting for that factor, and hopefully she does well in the other aspects. But Kim Duyen Hyun, I don't know if I'm pronouncing her name right. I feel that she is very promising. She has been producing really glossy photos, and I cannot wait. I cannot wait to see more of that fabulous fabulosity at Eilat. And of course, we also have Bea Luigi Gomez of the Philippines. Now, They have been very quiet about Bea Luigi's training, but we do know that they're working hard on this because Bea has been seen in a number of events, so they're definitely training her more for public appearances. Just recently, she was seen at the fashion show for Michael Leva's bridal show. So I think they're also adding in more of that glam factor to her preparations. In terms of styling, they have been experimenting with a lot of styles. Sometimes we like it, sometimes we don't. But I think they're locking in on the right style for her. I don't know if they're listening to all of her suggestions, but I'm hoping they are. But yeah, they've been pretty quiet. I think they learned their lesson from the last time. And you know, they're keeping a lot of things from us, which I think really works at this time. Another thing is that we don't really know more about her Q&A training, but yeah, they're keeping things hush hush, and I think this is a good strategy, at least for now, to distance themselves from all of the opinions on social media and just do their thing. And I also know that at least in terms of Pasarela, they have been more generous in providing us with videos on where Bea is in terms of her training. So as for her wardrobe, just very recently, they made an announcement that Frances Libiran will be doing her finals gown, and I also heard from a source that they are choosing between 7 gowns. So I don't know if all 7 will be brought to Israel or if they will just pick from the 7 gowns that Frances Libiran made for her. So yeah, it's going to be very exciting. I cannot wait for the full transformation, if there will be, and I cannot wait to continue that 12-year streak. So yes, I will see more of you guys because we will definitely be really, really busy this December. We have Samantha Panlilio competing at Miss Grand International early in December. Of course, we have Miss Universe, and then around December 16, we also have to rally for Tracy Maureen Perez at Miss World. So there you go, guys. I hope you enjoyed this episode, and I will see you very soon. Goodbye.